Why is wedding filmmaking seen as a low-hanging fruit of the video world? Your friends think you're crazy to look up to them as opposed to filmmakers of other genres. Why is that? That's a really interesting question.
Damn.
Nice job.
Ready, set, go!
Boys and gentlewomen, today is December 18th, 2020. Tomorrow, the 19th, I turn 27. We're one step closer to Dirty 30. It's gonna be a fun day. Probably not posting a video on my birthday, just gonna hang out with my girlfriend. We're gonna open up some Christmas and birthday presents together. It's gonna be great. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Zach Mayfield, nice to meet you. We do Q&A videos once a week on this channel, so whatever I titled this video, this whole video is definitely not about that one thing. I will put timestamps in the description. If you want your questions answered, comment on this video, so when I go to make the next one, I look at those comments. Connor asks, what's better, C70, A7S III, or one of those weird Fuji juicy things you keep talking about? Hashtag Fuji juice though, buy the merch. I haven't tried the C70. That's one of the next cameras I want to review on my other channel, Kinotika. For video, I definitely prefer the A7S III, but I haven't tried the C70 yet. Can you do an entire setup video from start to finish, installing a small rig, Ninja, etc.? Thanks. I do plan on making some sort of cinema rig for my A7S III in case I want to use it on a client job randomly, and just to have the ability to do cool handheld stuff if I'm filming product shots and stuff. So I guess once I get that built out at some point, I would love to make a video about that. Can you do a tutorial on your mice audio editing? I guess I could do a tutorial on that because I've had to learn how to make kind of crappy microphones sound good. This is the Rode NTG 4 Plus, and it's not great. I hate how it sounds by itself. This is like the raw sounding recording, and then this is the preset that I built for this microphone specifically. Love your content, man. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate you, dude. Hey, Zach, have you ever tried the Cinema Fuji lenses? I haven't, but I am very interested in trying those at some point. Those really cool zoom Fujinon lenses, if that's what we're talking about. They look really awesome. I would love to give those a shot at some point. Barely mentioned XT4, lol. I knew somebody was gonna be a dingle boy in the comments, so I timestamped everything. You know what? Here's a list of every single Fuji XT4 video I've ever made. All of these. So feel free to just absorb yourself into all this content that I've spent hours and hours and hours making. LOL, I don't know why I like these, but I click them every time and am never let down. You have a great personality. I really appreciate that, Connor, and I feel the same about like why you guys like these videos. Like, I can't fully comprehend it either because I have a very small channel compared to a lot of people, and I really don't want to come off as pretending I'm more important than I am or bigger than I am or whatever. Like, these videos just perform better on my channel, and it really does make me feel closer to you guys and connected with my audience. Is this how Baby was made? What? What autofocus settings Nope. You should try and look into the Samyang autofocus lens for E-mount. They seem to be good, at least to me. Awesome, I really appreciate that. I will look into those. Can I use Canon 18-135 USM lens on Fuji X-T30? Like, no offense, but like, why don't people Google stuff? Looks like it actually might not work. I'm not sure. Sorry. What is your next great internet project? Ooh, that's a good question. That's fun. So I have this plan to make this short A7S III documentary thing, but I want it to be a stylized, kind of comedic documentary about somebody that I know. And I'm very excited about that. I think I'm gonna do that in a couple weeks, hopefully, if it works out. And then the second thing came from me posting that Remembering Death video vlog thing. There was so many encouraging comments on that video, and one of the comments on that video was saying like, stop making camera videos and start making films, basically. And I didn't take that personally, like your camera videos suck or anything. I actually took that as an encouraging thing, like, hey, you should make something like larger. And that just got me thinking a lot. So I've actually started roughly writing a short film. Thoughts on C70? Oh man, a lot of people are asking me this. I need to just get one and review it. Cool vid, Dad. Dude, son, I love you so much. You're a good boy and you're getting your allowance doubled this week. What's the most bocalicious Tonet-inducing lens you've ever used? I mean, this 20 mil, bro. One of my favorites was the Atlas, I think it was the 40 mil anamorphic. We used it on this music video for an artist named David Dunn, and I have that in a playlist of my film work on this channel. And some people love the Atlas lenses, some people don't, but I also don't have experience with like high-end anamorphic cinema lenses. That was the highest I've ever been as far as quality. Zach, I would suggest that if you buy a vintage lenses for Sony, buy adapter the EF mount so you can buy an adapter with an internal ND in it. Okay, is this how Baby was made? What? Did I say something about making babies? The real cost of the A7S III is the insane CF Express Type A cards. Slow clap, you're a smart one, Sony. That's true, but you only need those cards if you're shooting the highest quality, like those internal all-intra codecs. I'm using the Angelbird V90, 128 gig, and it gets the job done for 4K 120 10-bit, not the highest version, but dude, it looks awesome. It's great. Can't believe the X-T4 is almost a year old. Oh my gosh, you're right. Look at this beautiful little shining star. I feel like I met a lot of you because of this camera. I started making content on this camera when it came out, met a lot of you wonderful souls, and here we are, still juicing together, having a good time. Are you not Fuji fam anymore now that you have your full frame Sony? If you're not selling it, in what cases would you use your X-T4 now? Damn it, Shelby, you always ask the hard ones. I love the X-T4 a lot, but for what I create, it's so nice to have like autofocus. I know that's so simple and kind of petty, but like, it's genuinely so nice to just turn this camera on, get a crazy good image, even though it's a little dark right now. Let's bump that up. How can I get a nice clean video look like yours on my Canon 90D? Even with the lights, it feels too contrasty. Also came to this channel for 90D vid and stayed for the addictive juice. Aw, dude, see, that makes me feel really happy. I appreciate that. So the 90D does not have a log profile, a super flat profile, but you can go on Technicolor's website and get a Canon Cine style color profile for free. And I go over all that in my 90D review, so you can watch that. And then it will just come down to your color grade and making it a little softer so you can reduce contrast using curves or just pulling your contrast back or your shadows up. Sorry, Zach, I smashed the button of subscribe very hard. I think it isn't usable anymore. Frick. Thanks for sharing, man. I hope you never left Fuji juice to the Sony dark side. Fuji feels like more emotional, and like Sony just feels like clean. Hey Zach, I have a Canon SL2, basically 80D. I don't have any lenses except the kit and 50mm 1.8. Should I go for a new camera or a Sigma 1835? Thanks. I can tell you for sure that getting a new lens is a much more significant upgrade than getting a new camera. When I was first starting with this whole filmmaking thing and camera stuff, I was obsessed with wanting new cameras all the time because I thought that's what was gonna make my work look better. Then I finally got a new lens. It was the Sigma 1835. I'm sorry, I say that a lot. And that is what really like jumped my quality up. Would you ever experiment with a 5D Mark II for a retro tech episode like you did with the 70D? Yes, actually, I would love to do that. I never owned one, but I have thought about using the 5D Mark II as an epic retro review because it was kind of the start of the DSLR revolution. Yo, hear this! I'm listening, Travis. Be gentle. When we see your vids in our feed, we see the thumbnail and then look at the profile picture and think that you're a little child. I think it actually affects how many click into your vids. Okay. Anyways, try a more professional pic, question mark. This is an interesting thing. You're the second person to comment about this in recent weeks. I personally love my profile picture because I really like not taking that kind of stuff seriously. Like, oh, I gotta make sure my Instagram looks cool so people like me. Like, I don't care about that stuff, but that's a pretty good point. Maybe I'll change my profile picture to a nicer one or a more updated one for like 2 weeks. We'll see if my views go up. If they don't, we're going back to the other profile picture. All right, Travis, hear that. I think my picture's cool. So this is just a comment to comment because I like to comment and I hope you read this useless comment. Other than that comment, I'm getting a Fringer adapter for my X-T3 tomorrow. Super excited. By the time you ignored this awesome Q&A and the last one about ProMist stuck. Hilarious. Just realized I wasn't subscribed yet. I loved making that ProMist video because I love sketches, but I was trying to think of a way to do a sketch with filmmaking content. I don't think it performed very well compared to normal stuff, but it was fun to make. I don't know, maybe I'll do more, we'll see. Why is wedding filmmaking seen as the low-hanging fruit of the video world? Ray Roman Films, White and Reverie, East West Productions create films for $1 million weddings. Your friends think you're crazy to look up to them as opposed to filmmakers of other genres. Why is that? That's a really interesting question, damn. Yeah, weddings is kind of the first place we go to start filmmaking because weddings are very accessible. You usually have a friend that's getting married or a family member. It's kind of easy to just jump into that. Whereas you can't really jump onto a Hollywood set because you haven't proved yourself. You don't really have the talent yet. So maybe because of that, weddings are just deemed as the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to production, I have a friend that does weddings constantly. He's amazing at it. He's been doing it for years, and I don't think he really wants to do any other style of video production. And that's amazing. Like, he's built his whole life on that, and he's so good at it. I've kind of talked crap about weddings a few times, but I would be nowhere without shooting weddings. That's how I got to hone my craft and everything. So that's weird to me that your friends would tell you to look up to other filmmakers instead of wedding filmmakers. Like, why does it freaking matter? Like, do what you want. Do what makes you happy. If you're paying your bills doing that and you're good at it, who cares what anyone thinks? All right, fam, we've been rolling for 35 minutes. My knees hurt. I'm getting old. I'm gonna be 27 tomorrow. No matter what you're celebrating right now, if anything, just have a great time. And I hope you're all safe and, you know, being kind to others, kind to yourself, your family, friends, all that. I love you guys very much, and I hope you're making stuff you like and that you're proud of. I'm proud of you guys. Love you guys. Be nice in the comments. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.